It's TMNT time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Casey Jones by Super 7, also known as the Ultimates line, none of the reaction ones. The reaction ones are the small ones, these ones are the big ones, fully articulated, come with a bunch of accessories, and have the premium box. You have the Casey Jones face on there, nice little drawing with the sewer lid. This is a lot of box stuff, but it protects your figures. And here's the actual box. There's some bio in the back and a nice little window in the front. I'm having this one in last. One of his weapons is already falling out, but yeah. This one looks kind of weird. I've seen a lot of pictures. People are not super happy with this one, but it is Casey Jones. It is one of the biggest fan favorites of the TMNT line. So without further ado, let's dig into it. Oof, what happened here? I gotta be honest, this one looks kind of rough, but before we even get into the detail, let's have a look at the size. He stands about 17 centimeters to the top of his head, a little over that, which means we are going up to a little shy of 7 inches tall. For size comparisons, here's Jalter, NECA Michelangelo, Super 7 Donatello, the original Playmates toy, and Darkseid. And as usual, before I dig into this figure, I want to have a side-by-side comparison with the original one, which this is based on. It's based on a toy, not on the TV show or anything else. So, I mean, it is accurate in that regard. You have the blue in the hair, which was there in there randomly. This one looks a little more veiny in the toy. They seem to have done it a little bit more cleanly, a little bit better looking in the updated version, in the Super 7 version. But yeah, I mean, overall, they really recaptured the look quite nicely. And I don't have any issues with the look. Whew, there's some parts that doesn't do well. Now, first of all, just look at this figure. Look at this body and tell me what is going on. So, first of all, I think the head is probably a little bit too big, but then again, with these cartoony figures, that kind of tends to happen. Also, he does wear a mask, so we don't really know the size of the face. It might just look a little bit bloated. Other than that, I feel like his chest is way too narrow, and like his entire torso. Like, look at how small his torso is, and look at the arms. Like, the arms, if you combine the arms, it's like bigger, like as big as the torso. And the last thing about the aesthetics is the legs don't really straighten, and if you can tell, they kind of go out to the side on the knee. So that's something I'm not really used to. Usually Super 7, they do deliver on the look for the character, but unfortunately, some things happened here. Now, overall look in detail for the coloring mostly. I want to have a look at the mask. It does have the white and black. The eyes are a little bit smaller on this one than they are on the original toy, but it still looks good for the most part. There might be some spots here and there and a little bit bleeding in the dark. The blue overall is a little bit more shiny than the hair, so it does stand out. I feel like in a nice way the same with the red headband that's going on around. And the hair does have a lot of nice detail. And also the paint, you know, there's some white which is bleeding a little bit, and it seems like the brown over here doesn't completely line up, but there's like small issues. I love overall that they have some nice details in the shirt. You know, it's all crumpled up and stuff, so there's a little bit of added extra for that. Now, I don't know what's going on his six-pack over here. It seems to be hairy in some parts, but not hairy in other parts. Also, the hair is not painted, just molded on that. You do have the same effect on his big muscly arms, which the muscle work actually looks fantastic. Doesn't have any issue with that. But then you have the dirt effect, which is only on the gloves and only on the white parts over here. Why not on the rest of the figure? Why not on the shirt or the arms or whatever? It does seem to look a bit plain in some parts, and that's really what happens with Super 7. A lot of times, sometimes they have like super nice dry brushing and battle torn and worn looking figures, and then they have ones like these which are way too clean in general. There should be some dry brushing on there. And also there's some weird spots in the back. I don't know if that's the color not covering up or if that's intentional. Actually, the shoulder pad does look very nice with the orange. Kind of wanted to come back to this real quick. And yeah, down to the pants, you have some more white. And again, just the dry brushing on the knees over there and the little white spots in the lower half and nothing else. Down to the shoes, one's untied, the other one isn't. And I mean, they look good. They have like an ugly green, but that's how they're supposed to be looking. Now for the articulation, it's not much better. The head barely moves as they didn't leave any room in the hair. It does tilt side to side. It does go around. Maybe you can pull it a little bit up, but Overall, yeah, I'm not getting much out of it. You have the hinge in the shoulder, goes up nicely, also rotates in the socket all the way around. You have a bicep swivel, one hinge in the elbow, which like, oof, this doesn't look good also. Like, could have lined up the elbow more like on the upper parts and made it look more seamlessly. This just doesn't look so great. And then you have another ball hinge kind of in there, which this one rocks side to side. And I think you also have one which does go up and down, but we'll have a look at the hands later. For the torso, I'm just gonna say it. This is lazy, because they clearly could have cut this one up and had at least a swivel up there, but they didn't do anything. Then for the lower part, you do have, it seems to be on the ball, because you can see a little pack sticking out over there, but they didn't hollow it out. Like, all they had to do was hollow out the pants and move this, the torso a little bit down, and it would have been nice. Like, you would have had all this range, but instead you have a little bit of wiggle and a swivel, and that's it. That's just missed opportunity. The leg moves forward, moves out to the side, doesn't really go that much to the back because of the butt. Also rotates on the ball. Then you have a simple hinge actually, not a ball hinge. Moving up, has some rotation also in there. Same actually goes for, it doesn't actually for the elbow. Again, because of how it's molded. All the other ones had that, but they just screwed this one up, I guess. And then the foot is on another hinge, which it's packed into the foot, so it goes up and down, and it does also have a pivot, which I guess is okay. For accessories, first of all, here still in the box, you got the hockey pucks, which I do not want to take out of the box because it's small and I'm going to lose that kind of stuff. They do have like nice kind of bandages over it. I don't know, I guess they're broken or whatever. It looks fun. Don't want to take it out. Also, then you have the classic weapons rack, which is unpainted. Here's all the weapons you're going to get in the set anyway. But if you want to take it apart, you can. I just wouldn't do that. You have the nice little golfer bag, which does have a fair amount of detail on it. I don't know why this one's not painted. But you have some silver in some spots here and there, but overall looking good. Obviously, you can store all of your stuff in there, and it is somewhat rubbery, which is the case with almost all the weapons. Well, the baseball bats, a fair amount of detail on there as well, and the paint job really makes it come to life. That's how much a paint job, that's how much a good paint job does for it. Wish the figure had more of that. And you got, I don't know what this is. Is this the cricket stick? No, that's not the cricket stick. I don't remember what it is. I don't watch sports. This is the golf. That was the hockey stick. Bruh, okay, I should have known that. This is the golf stick. They're all kind of stitched up and kind of fixed because, like, he's a vigilante and stuff. Then you have the fist hands for both sides and a little bit of open posing hands and the holding hands for all of your weaponry. Final thoughts, and the Super 7 law strikes again. What do I mean by that? I feel like every turtle line they do is like you have one figure that's amazing and one figure that's just disappointing. And for this one, it's Casey Jones, because I feel like he could have used a little bit more of a dirt look, a little bit more of dry brushing going on in his skin tone, or like the shirts and the pants. Just like having it randomly sparkled on all the white stuff, all the bandages and like the knees. I mean, that's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. Why only those parts dirty and not the rest of the figure? Other than that, aesthetically, he's kind of wrong in some places, and I feel like they missed the boat on adding just a little bit more articulation to the torso area. And yes, I keep talking about how Super 7, they don't really do like super highly ultra articulated stuff, and it kind of stays more true to the original action figure in that way. But still, I feel like it would have been so easy just to hollow out the chest area, hollow out the pants, put a ball joint in it so it could rotate it more freely and have some more posability with it. But they didn't do that, so as such, it's not the best release. It's not awful, but like honestly, if you really like the design for Casey Jones of the original toy, I think this one will still look good on your shelf. It still will have a presence. But for everybody else, this is probably the skip of the wave. I'm sorry, and it's unfortunate that it landed on Casey Jones, which is a popular character. But still, overall, I will only recommend this one if you're a completionist and if you want to have a updated card figure of Casey Jones based on the original figure from Playmates. And that's really it. That's gonna do it. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Casey Jones wants.